Disclaimer: this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute financial advice. We are not registered financial advisors. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, your number one source for income-oriented investing where we don't ignore total returns. Time to take a look at the top income-oriented covered call ETFs on the US stock market. So you guys already know, I've said this a million times. I believe that some of the strongest core foundational positions to have as an income investor are an S&P or NASDAQ 100 covered call ETF, just like growth investors have an S&P or NASDAQ 100 index funds, right? So it's the same thing, obviously. So in the US, there's many of them. S&P, NASDAQ, even Russell 2000, but you guys know how I feel about the Russell 2000. What's the point if it underperforms all the time, the NASDAQ and the S&P long term? So in the US, now that a lot of them have been out for a couple of years now, we know which ones are pretty much the best in terms of total return, in terms of issuer, in terms of consistency. Of course, we have Goldman Sachs. So let's go through the S&P 500 ones first, guys, and then we're going to do the NASDAQ, and the best NASDAQ ones are from the same issuers of the S&P ones. Big surprise, right? So GPIX for your classic S&P 500 covered call ETF, about 8% yield. You have XDTE from Roundhill, which uses a zero DTE strategy. Nice, consistent, high yield every week. SPY from Neos, of course, one of the biggest and a favorite here. Wow. Almost just over 9 billion in AUM, obviously very popular. And of course they have, you guys know me that I love the leveraged versions if there are. XSPI is a leveraged version of SPY, so obviously that's going to be definitely one to look at in the mix. And then there's Top Alpha, which uses just like Roundhill, a zero DTE strategy. You have T-SPY for the S&P 500, and they also have, just like Neos, they have a leveraged version, T-SPY Lift ETF, 30% leverage. Neos uses a bit more leverage at up to 50, but this one, the stock symbol for the leveraged T-SPY is TSYX. So total return comparison, guys, just like I said at the beginning, channel is gotta look at total return. We don't ignore total returns. So if we do, I left the leveraged ones out because we'll look at them in a second, but I left the leveraged ones out because it's only been a few months that they're there. But these ones here are really what I feel are the main competition. And I added JEPI as well, so you could see how crappy JEPI is doing versus the S&P 500 ones, right? So GPIX is in the lead with SPY and T-SPY very close. You have XDT a little bit behind in terms of total return, but you see how compared to JEPI, they are outperforming. You also see versus the S&P 500. So this is the S&P 500. It's not versus VU. VU would be a little bit lower than 33.18 would be my guess. But this is just the S&P 500 benchmark that is already included in the Vanguard ETF comparison tool. So there you have it, everyone. Right now, GPIX is winning with SPY and T-SPY not very far behind. Really not a surprise. Now for the leverage ones, XSPI versus TSYX, they have not been out for a while. But if we just do XSPI, if we just do the Top Alpha one versus the Neos ones, you'll see that currently the Neos one is outperforming. This doesn't surprise me because I think Neos does more covered calls, so you're giving up more upside. So during a bad time, which we've been having lately, of course now the market's picking up, the Neos one I expect to outperform, right? So, but either way, time will tell. Again, guys, this is only like 2 months or so, 3 months or so. So I just wanted to show you that. Anyway, moving on to the NASDAQ 100, and we're gonna do, it's the same issuers. Okay, so GPIC is the Goldman Sachs NASDAQ, QQQI is the Neos NASDAQ, TDAQ is the Top Alpha, QDT is the Roundhill, and then you have JEPQ as another comparison. And what you will see, and this one is because TDAQ came out after T-SPY, we don't have as much data. So this one actually starts in March of 2025 because I'm doing earliest common inception. But if we look at the numbers, TDAQ is actually in first place here in terms of the NASDAQ. I think Tap Alpha is doing a fantastic job with TDAC. Obviously, it's doing the best one here with GPIC. Very close by. QQQI lagging a little bit behind. It seems like zero DT strategy works really well on the Nasdaq, or more on the Nasdaq than on the S&P. But you see QDT, another zero DT strategy, is also doing really, really well. So if you still own QDT, you've been owning it for all this time, QDT has been doing really good. Not as good as GPIC or TDAC in this period of time, but still very strong, still outperforming JEPQ. Of course, JEPQ a lot closer to the Nasdaq than JEPI is to the S&P, so JEPQ always does better than JEPI versus the benchmark. But just wanted to show you that. And in terms of the leveraged versions, guys, which is gonna be XQQI, which is a leverage, NEOS's leverage version of QQQI, versus TDAX, which is a leverage version of TDAC. Again, all the same issuers here. You see that the TDAX is actually outperforming the NEOS one. So it looks like for S&P, your NEOS is winning. Of course, there's Goldman Sachs, of course, is number one. But it seems like maybe choosing NEOS is better for the S&P and choosing Tap Alpha is better for the Nasdaq. In terms of course, I'm talking about in terms of total return, right? You might like NEOS better because you have everything with NEOS. You might like Tap Alpha better because they have a zero DT strategy. There's no right or wrong. When I say better, I mean by total returns here. But it looks like TDAX is doing really, really well. If it means anything, I probably, if I still had my RRSP as a Canadian and I still had, and I had US listed funds, TDAX is probably the one I would choose for my NASDAQ exposure for sure. So that's it for the top S&P NASDAQ. Of course, there's many, many more, but these seem to be really the best ones in terms of total return and consistency. NEOS, Roundhill, Tap Alpha, Goldman Sachs seem to be the king. I know that JEPI and JEPQ launched rock versions of their ETFs as well, but they're going to be the same. The performance is the same. It's just the tax efficiency is going to be better. It looks like so. You could check those out as well if you're interested. But I would always prefer the actual indexes versus stock picking within the index. And the proof is in the pudding, right? That's why I show you these total return, guys. So moving on now, in terms of concentrated, so yeah, if you want a NASDAQ or an S&P, those are great. But what if you want something with a little bit more yield, something a little bit more concentrated? The two that I think that you should really consider, in my opinion right now, are the weekly paying growth and income ETFs from RexShares. They just launched an all-in-one. They don't have many of these. They have Coinbase. They have one for Coinbase Strategy, NVIDIA, Tesla, Robin and Palantir. I guess this is CrowdStrike or Crowd, whatever. Lilly and Walmart. So GIF is actually their all-in-one. And it has about 36% yield. So think of this one like a concentrated NASDAQ, if you will, right? Obviously higher risk than owning the NASDAQ because it's basically you're owning only 9 stocks in that one, but you're going to get rewarded if those 9 stocks do better than the actual index. And there's also Top W, the top weekly pay ETF from Roundhill, which I believe recently changed their strategy. So Roundhill has a bunch of weekly paying ETFs. They got maybe 20, 25 of them. And their all-in-one is Top W, but it's different in the fact that they're not going to include all of them in here. All the single stock weekly cover call ETF. Actually, these are not cover call ETFs. Sorry, let me rephrase that. So the RexShares, they do covered calls on up to 50% of the portfolio with 25% leverage. That's a great strategy in terms of cover call strategy, which works well for total return. These are leveraged 20%. And when I mean these, I mean the weekly pay ETFs from Roundhill. These are leveraged 20%, but there's no covered calls. It's just amplified exposure 20%. So this is, Top W is actually a good income-oriented fund alternative or great addition to a cover call portfolio, right? So you have no cover calls with this, but you have some leverage and you have basically managed distribution. Anyway, I'm going on here, but Top W is different because now they're just going with the 25 largest and they're making it market cap. So this really is a lot, very, very, very close to a NASDAQ 100. That's market cap weighted, right? If you go to top holdings, you'll see that the Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Broadcom, Google, Meta, Tesla make up the bigger percentages, right? The bigger the company is, the bigger percentage it will have. So this is really close, kind of like a concentrated NASDAQ 100. It's really market cap weighted. So if we compare GIF and Top W, which have not been out for too long, everyone, but we'll still do the comparison, total return comparison. This is only like 2 months of data, guys. So keep that in mind. Top W is outperforming, but GIF is not too far behind. So doing pretty good. Top W, I guess it's more like a NASDAQ. So yeah, there you have it. So now you have an S&P, you have a NASDAQ, and you have a concentrated NASDAQ or S&P, if you will, with these two. And of course, there's a million other cover call ETFs, everyone. There's just so many out there. What I'll do is I'll pin a comment in the video description, not in the video description, sorry. I'll pin a comment. So with a whole list of providers, there's just so many. There's Curve, and there's Vista Shares, and there's Yield Max, and I mean, there's so many of them. There's so many. Even Fidelity now is in the game. Spider's in the game, right? There's just so many. So I'll put all those so you could check out other income-oriented cover call ETF providers. But in my opinion, these are really the ones you should consider for core foundational equity positions in your portfolio. Moving on to Bitcoin, there's so many of them. Even Goldman Sachs is launching now a Bitcoin cover call ETF. BlackRock is launching a Bitcoin cover call ETF. There's so many of them, but they're new to the game because NEOS and Roundhill and Amplify ETFs, even Global X, have been around for so long. A Bitcoin cover call ETF since over a year from now. So of course, right now Bitcoin is down. A lot of these total returns are starting in about March of 2025. But you see, NEOS's BTCI is in first place right now. It's down the least, obviously, so it's outperforming. And just a reminder, NEOS has a bunch of great cover call ETFs, guys. If you're looking for different sectors, they have a Bitcoin one, an Ethereum one, a real estate one, gold, MLP. They also have a Russell 2000 and an MSCI EAFE if you're interested. But just a quick note that they launched a boosted or leveraged version of BTCI. This is definitely the one. You guys know me. I want cover calls and leverage. This is definitely the one I would have in my portfolio. If I was American, if you want a Bitcoin cover call ETF, my personal choice would be XBCI. I need to have that leverage. So there you have it. Again, BlackRock, Goldman coming out with their own. We'll see what happens, but I doubt it's going to beat the leverage NEOS's leverage version because, if Bitcoin goes up, it's definitely not going to beat it unless they come up with some sort of cover call genius strategy, but I doubt it. If you want something in crypto space, just give me all of crypto, but not exactly just Bitcoin, just Ethereum. You want crypto companies. Blocks is definitely a good one to consider from X Funds. X Funds, by the way, another company that has plenty of interesting cover call ETFs. They have a gold one, a silver one. They have a global, GIAX is kind of like give me the whole world in terms of stocks. But Blocks is definitely one of the favorite ones in terms of a crypto exposure. If you're interested, Quantify Funds has two very interesting ETFs. If you want gold, Bitcoin in one, ISBG, half Bitcoin, half gold with leverage. They even have ISSB, half Bitcoin, half US stocks with leverage. So guys, it just doesn't end. There's a billion providers out there. Again, I'll pin a comment so you could investigate yourself. And don't forget that if you want everything all in one place, if you don't feel like doing the research, I already did all the research for you. I have two digital products, the Ultimate Cover Call ETF Guide, the Ultimate DIY Investing Package version 7. So the Ultimate Cover Call ETF Guide has all, or let's say, I'm not going to say all, but most of the cover call ETFs in Canada and in the US, all in one place where you could sort them. And the Ultimate DIY Investing Package already includes the Ultimate Cover Call ETF Guide, but it has more. It has a bunch of bells and whistles like sample portfolios, a bunch of other stuff as well. So please consider these digital products. They come with lifetime updates. You only have to buy them once and you'll get the lifetime updates. My goal is to update them at least once a year. I think I'm going to actually discontinue the Ultimate Covered Call ETF guide because it's included in the bigger product and it sells way more. People are definitely more interested in the Ultimate DIY investing package. But again, buy the package. You only have to buy it once. It's only $149 Canadian, which is like $3 American. You go on our website, guys, passiveincomeinvesting.ca. Click on digital products to find out what they're all about. And you could click on it. These 424 reviews are real. And there's a video here you could watch, which will actually show you and showcase the product before you buy. But my intent is to update them at least once a year. And you could just go back on the website and download the new version if you've already paid for it. All right. So that's it, everyone. Let me know. If you have any questions, give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to do this every single month to bring you the best covered call ETFs, especially S&P and NASDAQ and concentrated NASDAQ on the American stock market. Total returns are very important. But again, there's just so much competition. There's so many covered call ETFs. It would take me 4 hours to go through all of them. I just can't do that. So you got to do your own research. I'll pin a bunch of providers in the comment. And if ever you want to do more research, you could buy the product. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay passive, and stay honorable. See you next time.